A reminder that TBS is home of the American League postseason this year. It all begins with the AL wildcard game on Tuesday, October 4th. Well, Aroldis Chapman is all smiles now. He had to make the high pressure pitches with runners at second and third. He ends up with a couple of strikeouts. Pence and Belt go down swinging.
Maybe the best mound visit Chris Bosio has ever made.
A subtle reminder that he throws over 100, and Bosio, who started that mound visit with the question of, are you all right? And it inspired Chapman to finish the inning. 2 innings scoreless for Chapman. And now the Giants go to their bullpen. Steven Okert is on. One of the 6 lefties.
Yeah, right. Just recalled from Sacramento on Thursday.
Jason Hayward leads off. It would be fitting that Hayward had success here. He's had a terrific game. And now it is in the air. Shallow right center field over his span. He'll make the catch. Out number 1. And Hayward 2 for 5 with a couple of RBIs.
Well, we were kidding Bruce Bochy about his 13-man bullpen. He might need all of them today. Remember, included in that bullpen is Matt Cain.
That's right.
One of the best starting pitchers they've ever had.
And you wonder how Bochy's going to implement Cain into that bullpen. Bochy certainly has experience doing that with high-end starters.
And Lincecum went out there.
Wilson Contreras now on the ground. Gobbled up. Adrianza out number 2. 2 quick ones for Okert.
2 pitches, 2 outs. Have a chance at the rare 3 pitch, 3 outs. He got the right guy up. Baez very aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost see those 2 little miniature Javi Baez's on his shoulders. The one saying, don't swing.
That's right.
It's been 2 pitches, and then the other one with the little horns.
It's saying,
oh yeah, you got to launch. You got to win this game.
He's got to lay it in there.
You're going to win this game right here. Which Javi Baez has the louder voice? He has a walk-off home run this year, does Baez. And he takes a ball. Good take.
So you're saying the Angel won?
The Angel always wins, Ronnie.
Oh, is that true?
In the long run. There's a strike. Fastball. Baez came into the game defensively at second base. His first at bat. Takes one of the more aggressive swings in the game. And he's taken 3 in a row. Got himself in a count 2-1. Take you back to May 8th. Pink shoes, all the pink gear, and Baez sends everybody home happy here at Wrigley. Breast Cancer Awareness Day. 2 balls and a strike. And Baez gets jammed, sawed him off. And Okert comes in with a very strong 3 up, 3 down inning. We're playing extra innings at Wrigley. We go to the 12th. The Giants coming to bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a show?
Welcome home.
One of the funniest men on the planet.
Isn't that right, Cuban Andy?
See.
Strap in.
Only one man can protect us.
We're in North Korea. This is crazy.
That doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. It's blowing my mind.
I am ready for the ride of my life.
Only those who dare drive the world forward. Introducing the first ever Cadillac CT6.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, Untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man and the mountain and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain Whiskey.
Wrigley Field, Chicago. We got a great ball game this afternoon on TBS. Giants, Cubs tied it 2. The Cubs tied it in the 9th inning. It was a lead double by Russell off of Santiago Casilla, and then Jason Hayward drove him in with a single. The San Francisco Giants have just 3 hits today, but they have 2 runs on the board. Cubs have 8 hits. And the next pitcher for Chicago, Justin Grimm, another of the former Texas Rangers, to appear in this game.
Well, he's had a nice year for the Cubs. Missed some time, but 55 strikeouts, only 17 walks in his appearances this year. Hard throwing righty with a big curveball.
Cubs get 2 big innings out of Aroldis Chapman. That certainly helps in an extra inning affair when your closer can give you 2. Corquez Hernandez will bat for the first time. He came in for defensive purposes in the 9th with the Giants up a run. And Contreras continues to be the target behind the plate.
That one clipped him in the forearm.
This might be one of those games where Contreras, after the game, goes to Joe Madden and says, you know, I'm thinking left field might be a good option for me full time.
Let's just say Contreras is not going to be sitting with any pitchers on the bus tonight.
Hernandez takes a strike. Cubs are on the bus to Milwaukee after the game today. Giants are headed to Colorado, headed to Denver. They'll start a 3-game series with the Rockies, and then they'll have 3 on the road against Arizona to cap off their 3-city trip. Slow roller. Hernandez runs well, but Russell throws it poorly, and Rizzo can't pick it. Boy, a shocking error by Russell, who's about as sure-handed as it gets, but a costly error, and the Giants have a man on to start the 12th.
What did you say, Brian, earlier? After becoming the shortstop for the Cubs, only 13 errors till this one here in the 12th by Russell. Just bounced it to first base, and Rizzo couldn't come up with it. I think he had a little more time than he thought, kind of rushed it.
Well, as of right now, the official score has this as a hit.
It's got to change
which,
that.
I'm going to go ahead and keep as an E6 in my book.
Yep, me too.
All right. Either way, runner at first. Certainly a play that's got to be made. Now it's Nunez. Nunez has hit the ball hard 3 occasions today, just 1 hit to show for it. Drove in a run with a ground out in the 2nd. That was the first run of the game. Played in an unearned run against Lackey. Nunez had a double, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 5th. Came in on that squeeze by Adrianza that put the Giants on top. And then a fly out and a line drive out. 12th inning from Wrigley. Some of the defensive metrics don't tell the whole story, but there is one defensive metric that I think stands above all: defensive runs saved. And Addison Russell, just to give you an idea of how good he's been, he's actually surpassed the guy who's held that spot for the last few years, Andrelton Simmons, now of the Angels. Coming into play today, 17 defensive runs saved for Addison Russell, puts him at the top of the list among shortstops in the major leagues.
And you're right, that is the benchmark, Andrelton Simmons. If you're above him in anything defensively, you're getting it done.
Well, the Giants shortstop, and Giants fans know how great Brandon Crawford is. All-star last year, Gold Glove Award winner last year at the shortstop position. Well, he and Russell are both tied for 17 defensive runs saved among shortstops this year, and you could make a pretty strong case for all 4 of those guys if you didn't have the metrics and you just, as they say, use the eye test. All terrific defenders. Runner takes off. Pitch is low and away. Throw to second, and the tag by Baez. Wow! Oh my goodness! What a throw and tag! Javi Baez steals an out for now. They will certainly take a look at this in the Giants clubhouse.
Well, that's about as quick of a slap tag that you're going to see by an infielder. And Ron Walters shaking his head no. He was out at second.
This was a stolen base until this tag by Baez. Watch this. Bam, bam. Oh my goodness. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, just one motion. Catches it and slaps it right on his hip before Hernandez gets to the bag.
There is so much skill in that play. The risk reward on that play is huge. Think about it. He's catching that ball right on the hip of the runner. If it's a fraction one way or the other, that ball's got a chance to go into center field, and now the potential go-ahead run is at third base with one out.
Yeah, there's an art to catching it. There's an art to tag, but to combine them both, as Baez did right there, you know why he was brought in for defensive purposes late.
3-1 to count, and that's ball four. Nunez draws the walk.
I mean, the throw is running its way up the line. You just felt as though Hernandez was going to get in there, but just a brilliant tag by Baez, who looks at Contreras and says, I got you.
Yeah, at real speed, it really, I mean, it is like a flash. And Contreras has such a strong throwing arm. So the first out of the inning at second, but Nunez draws the walk. The Giants have their go-ahead run on. And here is Adrianza. Contreras has been great throwing out runners. He may have his struggles framing pitches. There goes the runner, Nunez, and now Contreras can't get the handle, and that'll be a swipe of second. As Nunez with the belly flop into the bag.
Helmet comes off. Boy, he went past the bag too. If Contreras could have got the throw down at all, shortstop Russell would have stayed with him.
Key steal for Nunez, who has his second stolen base. Maybe a little damp there. I don't know. He stuck the landing. Now Contreras on his way out to have a chat with Grimm.
Usually when you have a young catcher coming out to the pitcher, it's, oh, we got a guy on second. We need to use multiple signs, so let me give it to the pitcher and let the shortstop know too. Middle infielders want to know the signs also to make their adjustments in the field.
Very quiet here at Wrigley. Crowd is anxious. Giants have a chance to split this series. Looking for a big hit. Adrianza takes a ball, laid off a good breaking ball. Adrianza gets a start for Crawford today. Had a suicide squeeze bunt in the fifth. He dropped it down beautifully. And it scored Nunez, who had stolen third base on the pitch prior. Crawford is due to hit next.
Good move there by Grimm. Nunez was thinking about stealing third base on the last pitch from Grimm.
Stole a lot of bases with the Twins, 27 of them. 2 today, gives him 7 as a Giant. Russell right there in his hip pocket. And a long look by Grimm. Adrianza asked for and is granted time.
Remember, it was Nunez who earlier in the game stole third base right in front of the suicide squeeze.
2-0 the count. Go ahead and run at second for the Giants. Down and in it goes. 3 balls, no strikes, with Brandon Crawford due to hit next.
2-0 breaking ball there from Grimm to a part-time player, Adrianza.
Well, does he have the green light here, Adrianza? Nope, and he takes a strike inside corner. Inning started with what is being scored as a base hit for now, but a play that Russell should have made. Certainly would tell you he should have made. Caught stealing and then a walk. Stolen base has Nunez at second, and Adrianza pulls one foul off the tarp. If the Giants take the lead, look who Bruce Bochy is planning on giving the ball to close it out. Joe Nathan was a Cub earlier this year, an original Giant. Talk about backstories. Full count, and Grimm again with the inside move, just in case Nunez wants to run.
It's always give and take in these games. Russell holding the runner, Nunez close, opens up that hole on the left side for Adrianza.
And now Contreras on his way out. And this is about pitch selection here, you would figure. Bosio, the pitching coach, trying to keep them all in line. This game was started by Johnny Cueto and John Lackey. Lackey coming back from shoulder injury, back from the DL, went 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs and 1 earned. Cueto was terrific through 7. There he goes, and a swing and a foul. Nunez takes off on the 2-strike pitch.
Well, certainly it's always a good play to try to get to third base with less than 2 outs, but with the 3-2 count, it makes it very difficult on the hitter to have that in his peripheral view.
Contreras has a very strong throwing arm, as he's shown in this inning. Bryant's a pretty good ways from third base as well. He would have to sprint to the bag. And I think Nunez more than anything else, because he's not going to get a great jump, and Contreras has a great arm, but he's going to race to the bag with Bryant. Full count, do it again. Everything inside on Adrianza. And a called strike 3, went to the outside corner that time. A big strikeout for Grimm.
Well, Grimm wanted to throw that breaking pitch the entire at bat and gets it to 3-2. And that's his best pitch, that good curveball. Sharp, on the corner. Nothing Adrianza could do.
Hammer. And Bosio will make the trip, the pitching coach, for a scouting report on Brandon Crawford, who's been announced as a pinch hitter. Brandon Crawford in extra inning games making headlines earlier this year. Giants played a 14-inning game against the Marlins. Brandon Crawford had 7 hits in that game. That was an 8-7 win for the Giants. It's been their longest game of the season. And let's check this throw on StatCast. So pop to pop, and that tag by Baez under 2 seconds from catcher to the second baseman.
I like that use of StatCast there, right?
Yeah, man. That gives you an idea. You can measure what we see. Well, here's Brandon Crawford. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. He's a .302 hitter in these situations this year. And a wave and a foul. Day off for Crawford today for the most part. Day off from the starting lineup. Bochy's held him. Didn't make that defensive replacement with Crawford with a lead late, which he said he would probably do. He's stuck with Adrianza. Now he's got Crawford to hit.
Said I'll give you the first 11 innings off. After that, can't help you.
Nunez carries the go-ahead run.
Well, this is interesting. Bosio went out there not only to give him the scouting report on Crawford, which you don't probably need at this point in the season, but also to remind him first base is open. You know, you don't have to challenge him here. You can let him get himself out. Probably see a lot of hooks in this at bat.
Crawford down in the count 0-2 now. Brandon won the Gold Glove last year. An All-Star for the first time last year. Also won the Silver Slugger Award last year, given to the position player, the best hitter at a particular position. Around the table. Wrigley Field crowd on their feet. Oh, 2 the count. Grimm against Crawford. Go ahead run at second. And Crawford, little half swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Punched out by the third base umpire, Bellino. Inning is over. And the Giants strand a runner at second as Grimm puts up a 0 in the 12th.